Hello folks, welcome to Old Jonesy's Gaming. This is Old Jonesy here, your host for the evening, with a little GE tip for map building and using Windows or the GE tree replicator. This is what we're going to do to replicate us some trees doing a logging map. I got my logging map here pulled up, and as you can see, we are largely populated with trees here. So our first step is going in here to GE, Giants Editor. We're going to pan our stuff out, make sure that you have your whatever trees and stuff that you're working on is that you can at least see where you're placing everything. And then we're going to create yourself a transform group. That way you can keep what you're working on in an easier capacity. So go up here to create, hit transform group. It'll create a one here down at the bottom of the screen. As you can see, I've already done so here. These are the trees that I'm currently placing. So we will click on the first one in the row here, and then we're going to do a interactive placement, trying to keep everything within the span or radius that you're going to be working with. The one radius that I'm working with currently, hitting Windows or clicking on Windows and hitting script editor will bring up the script editor screen. I've already cut and pasted this. The way that I do it is use your favorite editor. You can get the tree editor, a tree replicator on this right here in the pin notes. This is the original link for this, and this will be in Discord. Then you want to use your favorite editor, whether it be text or I particularly use Notepad++. And then I just pop this in here and then cut and paste it into after you've created your script, which you can either just go to here to create new script or do it through the menu from before. I downsize this as much as you possibly can because it's just going to be in your way otherwise, and then of course you can't get to the bottom of the screen. I'm working at a 500 radius, which is pretty big, but my computer is kind of on the higher end, so it can handle it, but it takes a couple minutes to render it all in there, considering that we're rendering about 7,000 or so trees at a time. So we're going to grab our first tree highlight here and then click off to the side of either one of these. I just do it by the X. It will automatically highlight all of it. Okay, we want to hit Control Shift C, and this will go ahead and record ours, copy all the X, Y, and Z axis of the tree. Then hit Control B. This will allow you for interactive placement, trying to keep everything as close as possible whenever you're doing it so that you're keeping in a row. And then we're going to go ahead and pop our tree down. And then zoom in Make sure that our tree is on the ground like it's supposed to be and everything looks good. Okay, and we'll pan back out again so we can see where we're at. Make sure that we're in a decent spot, which looks like I can go over slightly a little bit. So hit Control B again, and we'll go right here. Okay, and then click here, Control Shift C, copying the XYZ axis for the translate. And then all we need to do is run through all the trees that you have sitting here after you've imported, which you would just go to File, then select Import. It'll take you to another file open, as you can see here, and pick whatever tree and hit Open, and then of course it will import the tree. Then all you do is click to the next one, and then do the same thing. Click off to the side there, hit Control Shift V, and it'll pop your tree right there in the spot where you need it to. And then go through your list and do the same with the rest of them. Clicking off to the side of one of your access, and then again Control Shift V, and it'll copy all of them, paste it all at once, so you don't have to keep going back and forth through each one, which is a lot more time. And Control Shift V. A couple more here. It's doing a variety for the map that I'm building, so it's not all exactly the same kind of pine trees you can see. Okay. And after you get all of that done, all of them are all in the same spot. That way the replicator has a better, easier way to sort it. That way, and if they're all in the same axis, rather than having them just, doing the interactive placement anywhere, which could overcrowd and also run trees into each other. And then all you want to do from here is hit Control and hold it down. Click on the whole group that you're using. Okay. Control C to copy it. Then you want to run up into where your first transform group is, which should always be trees with replicator. Okay, and then going down into your next group, transform group. I've organized mine to different species of trees. As you can see, it's spruce trees. This is from the original map I used, and then I'm expanding it. This is Bear Rock by NLB, I do believe, gaming. He's on YouTube. Yeah, NLA gaming. Really nice guy. I when I asked him permission to use his Bear Rock as a basis for the map, and then I'm expanding it to a 4x map. This is his original, which was the spruce trees, and then I actually renamed this one Spruce Trees 2. This is part of his original map. I've added so far a dead forest, and then the redwood, hardwood forest. I'm currently working on the pine forest here. So I would click on pine forest after I've hit Control Copy of this transform group that I'm using, and hit Control V. It will paste that whole section there that we've just done on the bottom of that transform group. And then you would go through and go into your script editor that we've already pulled up, and then hit execute. This will take a few minutes considering I am populating 500 radius and 7,000 or so trees at a time. So it'll be a minute or so before it populates all of it. You can reach me on your Discord. If you're on Discord at Old Jonesy Gaming. I'm also on Farmer Klein's Discord a lot of times. If you like this video, uh, hit the like button. If you don't, dislike it. I don't care. It's your choice. I'm just doing this as something that I came across as a shortcut between watching NLA's video tutorials and my own personal experiences. You can leave a comment below and subscribe, and then I'll post more videos. Planning on doing a Let's Play series on this map as well as a couple other. Starting off with logging and doing a developer kind of thing where we'll develop the land, do the logging, and then build out some placeables on completely empty maps. Eventually working out to however many, we'll transfer money from one game to the next for whatever we make, and then maybe buying a farm eventually. Uh, Probably will do some production placeables and work with the production slightly a little bit, but I'm probably going to end up keeping it to like the homestead logging for until we build up enough money within our company to keep continuing. It should be about done. And also, like, as a bit of a thing here to just to warn you guys, when you copy and paste this, do not only work with uh, your tree radius, your tree distance, and I've changed this to faucet. It's true when it first comes on. Don't change anything else, and keep the paths how they have it here, which is your top transform level, which of course this will be this, and tree, keep it like that in your scenograph. And then it goes to your tree type, which is how I did it with the forest uh, section, mountain forest, and then the actual tree itself after you've imported it. Um, and like I did there, I put the transform group at the bottom there. I only use that so that you don't have to keep going back and forth trying to figure out which tree was which here, and then coming back and then plugging it in there. That way everything is down at the bottom of the screen. You can keep bringing that over and until you're done with that one, and then you can do the same thing, delete all those and bring in the next group for whatever force you're doing with that one. Keep the radius size according to however much your computer can handle, as well as what Giant's editor can handle. So far I've seen that 500, it's taking a bit to get it to populate because it's populating so many trees at a time, but it's between my computer and GE seems to be handling it okay. The smaller the number, of course, with the radius size, the quicker it will render everything into the map. And I do have a lot of trees currently in this map, being a 4x map. I have done it with the smaller ones, but with the amount of space that I'm working with, this particular forest, is the main forest, so I've kept this at 500. The Before that, I had it at 300, which it's a pretty good size, and you go rather quick. But I'm trying to populate, the outskirts and the map a lot quicker. And everything's done rendering here. Minimize this, and as you can see, PAL, Instant Force. And this populates quite a bit of area. Okay. All you have to do from there is hit delete. It will delete everything that you have there. What will be left is, go back up to the top here, down this one so that your seeing a graph here isn't so long and you can get back and forth. Otherwise, you'll be scrolling forever. And then everything is right back to the transform group here as it was before, which you can see is our whole group there. And then you would just repeat the process, grabbing the first one in line, going over to where you want to place everything at. Now see, here's the point where I would probably change it a bit and down to, I will probably go back down to 300, which will render things quicker. But Control B, we will place our tree right there, and then Control Shift C. After clicking on this, then Control Shift C, copy our XYZ right there, and just go through the line. Control Shift, click off to the side, Control Shift V, pops her right in there. And then to change anything with your script editor, of course, you just go in here. We'll change this number here to 3. Hit save, and then we will be good to go whenever we go to execute for our next group. And then you'd highlight everything here, hitting Control and then clicking on each one of your piece, each one of your trees there in the transform group. Control C to copy, bring it up to where you're going to be placing everything. For me, it's the pine forest here. Control V, and that'll paste everything in there. And then go into your script editor and hit execute, and then it'll populate that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, subscribe, comment at the bottom, and if you like it, please leave a thumbs up, hit the notification bell. You'll be notified whenever I do my next video. And everyone, have yourself a good day. This is Old Jonesy signing out.